Dạ đúng rồi ạ.
Cái group này thì cô có cho các bạn làm nhóm và cô có nói thêm là về các bạn practice thêm cái phần group work này để buổi sau mình có thể check ở trên lớp đúng không? Thế bây giờ cô sẽ chúng ta sẽ check thử hai nhóm nhá, liên quan đến phần group work này nhá. Ờ, để cô lấy danh sách của lớp nào. Lớp cô mời cô mời nhóm số 11 nhá. Nhóm số 11 của lớp mình là nhóm số 11 của bạn là Ngọc Ánh, Phương Hương, Hồng Nhung và Phạm Hương Giang. Bốn bạn này có ở đây không các em? Ngọc Ánh, Phương Hương, Hồng Nhung và Phạm Hương Giang.
Bọn em có nhưng mà nhóm bọn em chưa làm xong cô ạ.
Ờ, nhóm này chưa làm xong thì bây giờ các bạn làm tiếp cho cô nào.
Vâng ạ.
Ok, cô cho các bạn này 4 bạn 1 phút để chuẩn bị nhé. Ok, mời nhóm số 11 nào các em. Nhóm số 11, Ngọc Ánh, Phương Hương, Hồng Nhung và Phạm Hương Giang. Mời nhóm số 11 nào. Nhóm số 11, các bạn chuẩn bị xong chưa các em? Ngọc Ánh, Phương Hương, Hồng Nhung và Phạm Hương Giang. Bốn bạn này chuẩn bị xong chưa? Bốn bạn nhóm 11, các bạn chuẩn bị xong chưa? Phương Hương ơi bật mic to lên, cô không nghe được. Bọn em chưa chuẩn bị xong á. Mình có thời gian 1 tuần để về nhà làm rồi cơ mà. Nhóm này các bạn chưa chuẩn bị xong à? Cô mời nhóm khác nhá. Riêng nhóm số 11 này lần sau cô sẽ trừ hẳn 2 điểm. Cô mời nhóm số 12 nào. Nhóm số 12 của Mai Anh, Thanh Hằng, Thanh Phong và Nguyễn Hằng nào. Mời room số 12. Mai Anh, Thanh Phong, Thanh Hằng và Nguyễn Hằng.
Vâng, em đây ạ.
Ok, mời các bạn nào.
Um, so, Thanh Hằng, are you here?
Cô check xem nhá.
I'm here.
Sang đây rồi này. Mai Anh có đây chưa? Mai Anh.
Em có ạ. Em có ạ.
Bạn Nguyễn Hằng có đây chưa? Ok, nhóm này đủ rồi. Rồi, mời các em.
So we will. So now we have an emergency meeting. So to decide what action to take and to set up project work to deal with this implementation. So this meeting will. The purpose of this meeting is find out the solution and decide to what is the best solution to fix that problem, fix the problem. So in my opinion, my option is to purchase and install an additional testing machinery at the factory in France to handle the additional production. In this solution, we have estimated that we would need between 5 and 6 machines, and we had to make sure that they could be delivered within 3 months and installed in 1 or 2 weeks. So you can see that this solutions has some disadvantages, like we cannot predict what can be happen during the delivery. So for me it still has some considerable risks. So I'm not suggest to use this solution. So Hằng, can you suggest another idea?
Yes, I agree with you too. And there one solution. I think a good long-term option can be use an outside company and conduct all testing externally. And as you know, there are several organizations that could do the work for you, and Infineon would have to pay a fixed rate for each item to be tested. So I think this is a disadvantage of this solution, because there would be a set fee for reserving test capacity, and in other words, Infineon would have to pay even when they had no need to the extra testing capacity. That's my opinion. How about you guys? As we know, we do not yet have a precise figure for the investment that would have to be made to build, equip, and staff the new facility. Moreover, it will take a lot of time to prepare and implement options A and B. Our problem is very urgent. I think we should try to solve the immediate problem besides that we wouldn't establish the long-term solution. So I think we should set up a new centralized testing plan that would handle all the testing could be planned centrally and coordinated with the other plans in the group. Is my idea.
Okay, so the opinion from Lê Thành Hằng maybe will be possible to fix this problem, because you can see that the advantage of this solution is not big. We just need to conduct many or more research to precise more figure. So it's not a big problem. So after all, we will use we will consider the solution from Lê Thành Hằng is the best idea for to fix this problem. So that is our presentation.
Okay, so thank you, group number 12. I think that I will make some maybe comments for that group presentation. Now, firstly, I will give comment on your conversation and maybe the way you use the phrases, and also the ways that you maybe link the ideas among your team members. I think that that group has prepared at home quite well, so that's why they can deliver the conversation quite maybe in a natural way. There are some reminders, mistake that is often made during your conversation. For example, when you said that the advantages of this solution is not big, so in fact we can say that it is not a big problem when we implement in this way. Maybe we can change that way, or maybe we can say that there are quite few disadvantages of this solution, instead of saying advantages of this solution is not big, right? That is the first thing. The second thing is that in terms of pronunciation, I think that Mai Anh and Thanh Hằng, I think that Nguyễn Thanh Hằng, Mai Anh and Nguyễn Thanh Hằng, maybe you have to focus more on the ending sound, because when you pronounce the word, the ending sound, you maybe cannot hear very clearly. And for Lê Thanh Hằng, so Lê Thanh Hằng and Thanh Phong has maybe better pronunciation than Nguyễn Thanh Hằng and Nguyễn Mai Anh. That is my comment. The next thing is that maybe we can change a little bit when we deliver your conversation in that way. Is that when maybe we focus more on the phrases. For example, I think we had better do blah blah blah. My suggestion is blah blah blah. I have a recommendation that blah blah blah. My suggestion is I have a suggestion that. So maybe we can use that way to focus more on the recommendation that you have made. So that is my comments. And the last thing is that I think that in order to make it better, maybe for the conclusion made by Thanh Phong. So maybe, for example, after all, when Thanh Phong said that, you said that maybe after all, after taking a lot of consideration on of the disadvantages as well as advantages, we can see that, hoặc là Thanh Phong có thể nói là gì? We can come to the conclusion that, or maybe you said that the best solution could be. Okay, so these are the useful phrases that you can use for your conversation, right? Okay, so thank you, room number 12. Cô sẽ mời thêm nhóm nữa nhé. Vì thực ra là cái bài này chúng ta đã làm cả ở trên lớp và mình đã có thời gian 1 tuần để làm ở nhà, nên cô vẫn kỳ vọng là các bạn sẽ làm tốt hơn, chứ không phải là ở mức này. Với mức này thì không cần thiết phải làm ở nhà mất 1 tuần như vậy. Cô sẽ mời nhóm tiếp theo. Nhóm số 9 đi. Nhóm số 9 nào. Nhóm số 9 là nhóm của bạn Lã Thị Hoài Linh, Trương Khánh Linh, Nguyễn Thanh Thảo và Trần Thị Kim Ngân. Nhóm số 9, Hoài Linh có đây chưa?
Dạ em có rồi ạ.
Rồi, Trương Khánh Linh có đây chưa? Trương Khánh Linh.
Dạ em có.
Rồi, Nguyễn Thanh Thảo.
Em có ạ.
Rồi, và Trần Thị Kim Ngân. Kim Ngân.
Dạ em đây ạ.
Ok, vậy nhóm này đủ rồi. Nào, mời các bạn.
Em thưa cô, nhóm em thì vẫn chưa chuẩn bị tốt phần này thì hẹn cô và các bạn đến buổi sau được không ạ? Để cho đỡ mất thời gian của lớp ạ.
Làm gì có buổi nào nữa, buổi nào cũng gọi mà. Nhóm cứ làm đi, làm đến đâu cô sẽ gọi đến đấy.
Dạ.
Nhóm số 9 các bạn cứ làm đi. Các bạn làm được đến phần nào, sau đó thì cô sẽ chỉnh sửa giúp các bạn nào. Nhóm số 9 nào.
Yes. Now we have a meeting to discuss and to dif- in to find the solution to figure this problem. We have I think my idea is we can purchase and install additional testing machinery at the factory in France. We can handle the additional production. And this solution, we have estimate that we could need between 5 and 6 new machines, and now we can show that there could be a delivery within 3 months and install in 1 to 2 weeks. And that's my idea. And what about Lã Thị Hoài Linh? I think your idea is great, but I think that a good long-term option could be to use an outside company and to conduct
are testing externally. We know that there are several organizations that could do the work. Infineon could have to pay a fixed rate for each item to be tested. In addition to that, there would be a set fee for reserving that uh, capacity. In other words, Infineon could have to pay even when they have to need for the extra testing capacity. That is my idea for this problem. How about Đoàn Thu Ngân? Ngân, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I think the company should come up with a new testing process. Um, um, so product to be tested could be offloaded to another factory which have enable testing capacity. Um, this could require standardization of test across the group, the development of an information system to transmit data to the relevant production plants. Yes, it's my an idea. How about another? How about Phương?
Thảo, how about you?
I think it often enough time to complete it. This has to press this finger for the investment that would have to be made to build, equip, and start the new facility. This will require further research. In my opinion, since all of the existing factories have their own test equipment, you think that it would be possible to introduce a new process whereby products to be tested could be of rather or sent to another factory which has available testing capacity. This would require standardization of test procedure across the group. The development of information system to transmit the data to the relevant product plans. What do you think this?
Okay, thanks for your ideas, and I think they are quite good. But I think the solution is suitable to solve this problem. So that's my presentation.
Okay, so thank you room number 9. Nhóm số 9 này. Có hai vấn đề. Vấn đề thứ nhất đó là vì cô thấy ở đây các bạn nhóm này có 4 người, cho nên là bạn Trương Khánh Linh là bạn bắt đầu đầu tiên, thì bạn ấy sẽ kiêm luôn nhiệm vụ là chairperson. Thế thì có một số các cái góp ý sau đối với nhóm số 9. Thứ nhất là không phải riêng nhóm 9 mà các cái nhóm khác cũng nên rút kinh nghiệm từ nhóm số 9, đó là gì? Cái người đầu tiên mà người ta start cái conversation thì bao giờ người ta cũng phải đưa ra cái mình gọi là cái purpose of the meeting, bởi vì không phải lúc nào chúng ta cũng đi thẳng vào vấn đề như vậy. Cho nên là Khánh Linh, trước khi mà mình bắt đầu nhá, mình có thể mở đầu chỉ cần bằng 1 hoặc 2 câu. Ví dụ, as we all know, we are here today to discuss about the solution to solve our current problem right now. So have you got any proposal? Ví dụ như vậy thì là Trương Khánh Linh có thể bắt đầu bằng một câu như thế nhá. Đấy là với trường hợp mà Khánh Linh là người bắt đầu đầu tiên và là chairperson này. Góp ý thứ hai đối với nhóm số 9 đó là cô không biết là các bạn đã dành thời gian như thế nào để các bạn chuẩn bị, nhưng mà vì các bạn nói là các bạn chưa chuẩn bị xong và cô vẫn để các bạn làm để mình sửa thì sẽ cần phải sửa này. Cái thứ nhất đó là cái sự kết nối giữa các cái thành viên trong nhóm, bởi vì cái conversation này đây nó là một buổi meeting, cho nên là chúng ta sẽ không cần chờ nhau nữa, mà chúng ta có thể là Khánh Linh nói trước và Khánh Linh có thể suggest cái solution của Khánh Linh. Ví dụ như Khánh Linh suggest solution A chẳng hạn nhé, thì Hoài Linh là người thứ hai có thể suggest cái solution B, Kim Ngân có thể suggest solution C và Thanh Thảo suggest solution D. Đấy là cái tuần tự mà mình đưa ra. Nhưng khi cô nghe cả 4 bạn này nói, và không phải riêng 4 bạn này mà kể cả nhóm số 12 cũng mắc lỗi, đó là chúng ta không tập trung được vào các cái mẫu câu mà mình đưa ra được cái phần recommendation của mình. Thì như cô đã nhắc rồi, các cái phần recommendation mình có thể là gì? I think là cái dễ nhất này. My suggestion is, my proposal is, I have a suggestion that I think we had better do. In my opinion, it had better to choose if we. Ví dụ như vậy thì đấy là mình đưa ra các cái option. Tiếp nữa này, vì là ở trong cái meeting mình phải chọn ra được cái nào là cái option tốt nhất. Do vậy là cái người suggest có thể lắng nghe ý kiến của 3 người còn lại để xem là các bạn ý đưa ra những cái analysis về cái phần advantage và disadvantage là gì. Sau đó có thể chốt lại bằng bạn đầu tiên. Ví dụ như trong nhóm này là bạn Trương Khánh Linh là bạn bắt đầu đầu tiên thì bạn ấy có thể chốt lại được giống như bạn ấy đã chốt. Thì với cái chốt đấy thì chúng ta sẽ phải làm là gì? Afterward, we can see that solution D seem to have the least disadvantages, so it seemed to be the best solution to implement. Ví dụ như vậy. Và mình có thể hỏi thêm là do you have any other ideas? Do you agree with me? Ok. Như vậy có nghĩa là mình đã chốt được xong cái phần phương án. Thêm một cái nữa, đó là với các cái option ở đây thì ở trên phần slide ấy, thì người ta đã đưa ra cho mình cái option nó rất là rõ rồi. Và với cái option này thì khi mà mình là người suggest thì đương nhiên mình sẽ focus nhiều hơn vào phần advantages, còn các bạn còn lại thì sẽ focus vào phần disadvantages. Và chú ý cho cô các cái mẫu câu khi mà mình sử dụng, vì có những mẫu câu mình sử dụng nó bị mang tính chất là không phải là spoken language đó. Nhóm số 9 đã rõ được cái yêu cầu của cái bài này chưa?
Vâng ạ.
Ok, thank you nhóm số 9. Cô sẽ check thêm một nhóm nữa. Nhóm số 9 mời nhóm số 1, mời nhóm số 1 đi. Nhóm số 1 là của bạn Khoa Đăng, Minh Đức, Văn Cường và Diệu Hoa. 4 bạn này có đây không? Khoa Đăng.
Em cô.
Rồi, Khoa Đăng, Minh Đức đây rồi này. Văn Cường với Diệu Hoa. Văn Cường đây rồi này. Diệu Hoa. Diệu Hoa. Không thấy bạn Diệu Hoa nhỉ? Mới có Hoa Đăng, Minh Đức và Văn Cường thôi ạ. Nào, thế thì 4 bạn mà ở đây mới có 3 bạn, là thiếu bạn nào thì bảo bạn ấy ra. Nào, mời nhóm số 1.
Okay, hello, it's Dan and I'm the chairman of our business. And just as you know, at this time, our business is facing a difficult challenge as we'll not have the capacity to test the increased productions with our existing machines. So it's very important for us to find effective methods to solve this problem, and we have to choose the most feasible option. As now we will listen and consider to each manager's option. So Duke, do you have any recommendations to have our corporation to get over the challenge?
Well, thanks for having me. My suggestion is we need to buy and equip additional testing machinery at the factory in France. We buy them about 5 or 6 machines to handle our additional production. I think the solution to solve our problem effectively, and the time to take to deliver is about 3 months, and the installment is about 1 to 2 weeks. What do you guys think?
Yeah, thanks, Duke. I believe it's a nice concept. As far as I know, we have to wait around 3 months to get it and about 2 weeks to have it installed. Therefore, we must wait around like 16 weeks before using the equipment. So I think it's not the most feasible option. Then I think we
can handle that later. But let's listen to the next suggestion. Do you have any suggestion to solve a problem?
So I thank you for having me. I think that we should consider some long-term solutions. As one of the common solutions that I see the other big businesses often apply is the outsourcing. And one of the frequent solution is observers are the last businesses doing e-resourcing. Let's say that our outsourcing is a large portion of our business work to companies outside of our industry, and conducting or testing outside is incredible convenience for our business. And I believe the approach is quite appropriate. And do you have any feedback on the approach then?
Yeah, I look at your report here. I see there's the companies that do our testing are charging a fee, additional fee per item to be tested. So the cost to test every item is relatively high, and also we have to also pay an additional fee when we don't want to even test an extra testing capability.
Okay, Kuang, do you have any recommendations to solve this problem?
Yes, and in my opinion, I absolutely support the plan of setting up a new centralized testing plan that would handle all the testing for all the Infineon plans. I decided on this method because I believe its main benefit would be the ability for all tests to be coordinated with the other plans in the organization and scheduled centrally. Would you like to select my option?
Do please.
Personally, this plan sounds good. We have the centralized plans in all normally. However, this could overcome the challenge. However, adding a new plan is very time consuming and can lead to huge number of issues that we have to keep a close eye on, especially time issues. But didn't give us any particular details of investment that we have to make in the bill. We have to do further investigation and research to equip and staff the new facility.
Yes, I agree that the plan need more investigation, and what is more, we should invest a huge of money for this too. And do we have any option? Any other option?
I have devised a plan. I think it should be possible to really implement a unique method whereby products that need to be tested can be offloaded or delivered to another plant that has excess testing capacity. There are many factories out there that can do our testing for us, and given that these were existing facilities of no testing equipment, so we don't have to worry about buying and do our own testing like the previous solution.
Yes, I think that's the correct way. And now, what is your decision?
So, okay, now yes, thank you for all your suggestions. So I think it's great, and now it's time for us to choose the most feasible way to solve our problem. I think the options of Duke in I think it the so the good ways to solve this problem right now. And do you guys think do you guys agree with my ideas?
Oh, your idea is the long-term option use of is to outsource, right?
Okay. This is the end of the meeting, and thank you for your attention, and thank you very much. See you again.
Okay, so thank you, room number 1, presented by Đăng Đức and Cường, and the absent from Diệu Hòa. Now, here are my comments. I think that Đăng has done quite well in terms of being the role of a chairperson, and also maybe the person who keep pace with all the meeting. Đức and Cường also suggest their own solution, and then also comes up with the analysis, and then after on they choose maybe the most appropriate solution to solve the problem. Okay, so that's quite good. Now for the uses of the phrases, how can I say, the phrases that you use here is quite okay and appropriate and suitable in the conversation in that meeting. And the last one is that maybe about the coherence and cohesion during the meeting. I think it is quite well. Okay. Okay, so that is maybe for the group work. I don't think that we have spent more time for checking. So now come to the next part in unit 2. So that is maybe the further practice for you at home if you want to do the pair work in speaking activities. So that is the pair work. So let's look at the situation with me so that we can understand. So the pair work here is to make the conversation between two members. The first one, that is maybe the supplier who supply the training services from the Heartland Incorporation company. And the second one, that is the buyer. It means that the training manager Minerva company. So the meeting will take place at Minerva's office in Paris. And in the meeting, the supplier, it means that the representative from the headlamp, is trying to ask the questions to find out about the buyer's need. And please remember to use maybe the skill for asking questions and finding out needs and interests. So that is maybe the meeting. Now let's come to check for more details about the conversation. So if you are the supplier and you are offering the training services to Minerva's company, so you need to find out the following things. We have to ask about the goals of the training. What do you want? What do you expect from the training course? What are your expectations from the training course? That is maybe the first thing. The second thing is that you have to ask about how many people will attend the training course. Maybe we have to check the preferred location for the course. Where would you like to have your training course organized? And the type of the training required. It means that what about the experience of the trainees, and which course do you prefer to choose, the standard course or the customized, and for how many days? It means that we are asking about the length. And we also have to check for further details. For example, the training course will include the lectures only, it means that lasts for 1 day, or maybe the further practical activities, it means that it will be last for 2 or 3 days. So that is maybe all the necessary information that you have to ask if you were the supplier. The second one, that is the buyer. So if you were the buyer, you would not have to ask the questions, but you have to supply the accurate information so that the supplier will know what to do to design your maybe to design more suitable training course. So you have to know about maybe the goals of the training. So these are the goals of the training course, or maybe your expectation for the training course. And then for the training requirements here, and you have to provide all the necessary information to your supplier, and then we can make the conversation. So that is maybe for further practice if you want to do the speaking at home. So that is maybe for unit 2. Vậy là với bài số 2 chúng ta sẽ chỉ cần yêu cầu các bạn làm được cho cô tốt phần group work và phần pair work, như vậy là đã đủ rồi. Chúng ta sẽ sang bài mới nhé, đó là bài số 3.